In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 2 massive benefits for memorizing your rap lyrics, along with some very easy and practical tips to do so. My name is ColeMize, and I've been helping rappers perfect their rap skills on this channel for the past 9 years. Now, let's get straight to it. There's 2 main benefits to memorizing your rap lyrics in the first place. One of the biggest ones is it can actually help improve your rap delivery. So it can help you deliver those lyrics with more energy, with more conviction, with more emotion, especially like when you're in the studio. So you're not sounding like you're reading off a sheet of paper or off your phone per se. And the second major benefit is it allows you to perform it live in front of your friends, at parties, at a live show, or it could be like a cipher that you're a part of. The more lyrics that you memorize, the more you are equipped to impress people in these particular situations that you will likely find yourself in. Whether you're at a party and they're just playing some instrumentals and you could rap over it and like become the star of the show, or you find yourself live on stage and they're doing a cipher or something like that. So now I'm going to share with you 5 major tips to help you memorize these rap lyrics with ease. And stick around to the end because I'm going to throw a bonus tip your way. Number 1 is I recommend using a DAW to memorize your rap lyrics. You could use a phone, but you're going to be constantly stopping, rewinding, and it's just going to be way too cumbersome. That's a lot of unnecessary headache and work that you have to do. If you have a DAW, you can literally just create a loop point and just loop the section that you're trying to memorize, which is very helpful. And if you're someone who doesn't have a DAW and you're not very comfortable using like software on your computer or something like that, like if you're a person who only has a phone, I highly recommend BandLab for working in audio and stuff like that, because it's super simple and easy to set things up. It does most of this stuff for you, like aligns it to the grid, detects the tempo and stuff like that. So you won't even have to worry about that. Tip number 2 is to at least record a rough draft of your vocals as you're coming up with your ideas and you're coming up with the rap flow and figuring out how you want to rap it over the beat. Go ahead and just record those rough ideas down, because it's very common for rappers to come back the next day or a week later and they forget how everything was structured time-wise, and they forget how it all flowed together. So go ahead and at least get your rough draft ideas down. And number 3 is something I like to call like a chunking technique. So think about something humongous like an elephant, right? How do you eat an elephant? You can't eat an elephant the whole thing at one time. You got to eat it piece by piece, right? I think of memorizing lyrics the same way. You shouldn't try to memorize it all at one time. That's going to take you way too much time. It's going to be way more difficult. I recommend breaking it off in smaller pieces. More specifically, I recommend that you memorize your lyrics in 4-bar sections. And within those 4-bar sections, memorize it 1 bar at a time. So let's just say 4-bar section, right? Focus on line number 1, run through that a few times. And once you feel like you got it, go to bar number 2. Once you feel like you got bar number 2, now go back to bar number 1 and say 1 and 2. Now go to bar 3. Memorize bar 3, go back to bars 1, 2, and 3 and say all those at the same time, so on and so forth. Bar 4, memorize that by itself. Now say bars 1, 2, 3, and 4 all together. And while you're doing this, you can be playing the instrumental and you could be playing your recording that you've already done, and then cycle in and out of listening to the recording. So the recording is there to support you, to remind you of how things are supposed to go, but then remove that recording, like mute it, and then try to do it by memory. And once you do it by memory, what it does is it creates more stress on you, because you've removed the training wheels, if you will, and it creates more pressure on you. And I think that's a huge benefit to memorizing something. It puts you on a spot. And to me, I find that to be super beneficial to memorizing things a lot faster. Put yourself in the hot seat and see how that works out for you. Now, step number 4, building off the chunking technique. I just broke down how you learn a 4-bar section. Repeat the same exact process every 4 bars of your verse. So let's say it's a 12-bar verse, then you would do this for 3 4-bar sections, right? 4, 8, 12. And so you go to the next 4-bar section, you break that down 1 bar at a time, learn that. And once you learn that 4-bar section, now go back to the first 4-bar section, rap that full 4 bars, and then rap the next 4 bars that you just learned, and rinse and repeat this same exact technique until you've memorized all the lyrics that you need to memorize. Now, your work is still not done once you've memorized something. Have you ever heard of the term, if you don't use it, you'll lose it? That's very much true when it comes to memorization. Like imagine a band, right, that plays live shows. They've memorized this stuff, but they still had to get together and practice every year before they go on tour. There's so many things that they have to brush up on and get back in the forefront of their mind. So when it comes to memorizing things, you got to keep that stuff in the forefront of your mind. And the easiest and most practical way to do that is just commit to practicing on a regular basis. So just dedicate time out of your day each day, or just often throughout the week, and start running through that verse or whatever it is that you're memorizing, and keep practicing it. Keep it in the forefront of your mind, and it'll be there for you when you need it. Now, here's my 6th bonus tip for you, okay? I recommend that you write lyrics or verses to different tempo ranges and over different styles of instrumentals. So for an example, you may love like boom bap type of instrumentals, like East Coast, Nas, Jay-Z type of instrumentals, Biggie, stuff like that, Mobb Deep, that type of stuff. But also try to write over like more contemporary trap style instrumentals too, like Future and Drake instrumentals and whatnot, stuff like that. And the reason I say that is it'll force you to write to like different tempo ranges. That's also what I'm getting at. Write to different tempo ranges. So like maybe some beats are like, 80, 90 beats per minute, but also write to some instrumentals that are like around like 60, 70, maybe 50, and cover like different tempo ranges and different styles. And what that'll do is it'll give you so much more versatility when you find yourself in a live performance situation, because you never know what type of beats are going to be played when you may be put on the spot to rap. So if you've already written verses over different tempo ranges, I guarantee you that you will be much more better equipped to rap in those environments than you would if you only rapped a certain style or wrote lyrics to certain style instrumentals. So me personally, I've probably memorized probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours worth of lyrics that are in my head. Now I would have to go back and continue practicing all those lyrics to have them fresh and be able to rap them like live. But that just goes to show you, like, it's amazing how much we have in our heads, in our brains, but it'll start to fade away if you don't continue to practice it. But I'm curious to know, do you strive to memorize your lyrics before recording? Or is this something that you've struggled with? And if so, do you think any of these tips helped you out today? Let me know in the comments section below. I'm curious to know. My name is ColeMize with ColeMizeStudios.com, where I strive to make you a better rapper now. And if you're trying to perfect your rap skills, make sure that you get yourself a free copy of my ebook, The #1 Fundamental to Rapping, via the link in the video description below. And subscribe to this channel for more straight to the point, no BS, how to rap video tutorials just like this one. And always remember, when it comes to rapping, there's no rules. There's only techniques. Peace. Hey man, you see that subscribe button right there? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Oh, and don't forget the bell icon. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Hey, I know you see that like button, right? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. And look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, today I'm going